Alright guys, welcome back to TTD for the Black Monster Cup. We have the German qualifiers and into the second game and the second semifinals of this one. Winner will be going up against N Faculty and will be qualified into the spring playoffs coming up a little bit later on this year. And as you can see, we're going to have TTD over on the blue side and PD over on the red side. Phantom Joe, just going to say hi to Chris, give him a little back scratch. But speaking of Phantom Joe, let's go with the lineups for both teams for you guys. For TTD, we have Phantom Joe, Nightmare, Snow, Sunny, and Bonaparte. And over on the side of PD, we have Chris, Blood Dragon, No Way For You, Intix, and Nurok. And as we can see on items, pretty much similar across the board. We're seeing the same matchup in the top lane with that Renekton versus Shyvana, where, you know, Faculty won that lane very easily. Not very easily, it helped with the gank that we saw early on as well. And now we're going to see if this is going to happen again. We're seeing the same items picked up and the same summoners across the board. But the real lane that interests me is this middle lane right now. Wow, my voice is going everywhere today. It is that Nidalee versus Lulu combo. And I'm curious to see which one's going to pull out of this. And obviously, you know, Lulu has the ability to shove the lane very, very fast, very quickly. And we'll see how that one goes, because it's very hard for Nidalee to farm under the turret. And I'm really tempted to leave this auto director on because it makes my life so much easier. Oh, I really want to do that. All right. Well, either way, I'm gonna man up. I'm gonna man up. I'm gonna control the camera here, and you already do see right now, Intix getting a very bad position, trying to just get into lane to CS, and Bonaparte, and not to mention Sunny, doing a good job of harassing him quite a big amount. I've never seen those double Doran shields, or not double, but Doran shields picked up for both supports. Blood Dragon gonna be taking his blue, and Nightmare gonna be taking his red. But we did have Blood Dragon actually go for a little bit of counter jungling. No, it didn't go for counter jungling. He's just really slow in the jungle. Huh. So he's just going ridiculously slow at the moment, not taking his red. And Nightmare now going towards his blue buff here in just a second. Every time I see an Elise, I always think of one thing, and one thing in particular. There's a friend of mine who worked at Riot. Had arachnophobia. Extreme arachnophobia. And every time there's an Elise in the game, they would close. Okay, well, whenever the Elise ganked or was in a lane against them, they would close their eyes and just run away. They would literally close their eyes because they were so damn afraid of a spider in a game that they just shut down. They couldn't do anything. It was just always so funny to play Elise against this person because you knew it's free kills, free ganks for yourself. But right now we do have currently in the top side Nightmare going for a gank on to Chris, or potentially going for one here. He is sitting there with his Zolbus, wondering where Blood Dragon is. Why is he taking so damn long to gank this top lane? And instead, he might just back away out of that one, which he will in fact do here. Phantom Joe just going to continue farming away. Currently 18-12 in that top side. Winning that lane out. And the bottom, Sunny, 18-9. So very one-sided so far. Even seeing Bonaparte do some really good harass on Intix. Being forced to farm with his Boomerang Blade, which is honestly one of the worst things you can do since it hits those minions and gets them into the point of not being blast hittable under the turret. And Intix is level 2. And we're starting to see TTD just show some real dominance on this bottom side of the map currently. And they're going to continue to do that here. Now 23-11 CS. It's just going to continue to grow here. Not to mention that harass. Not even catching that Q with the spell shield. And we'll check on that lane a little bit later on and see how that one is still developing here. In the meantime, Snow just going to ward up. And No Way For You currently winning in CS in that lane as well. So, both junglers just continue to farm away here. Dragon taking his white camp. And we have Nightmare taking his race here. But now, we have him, well, not getting a successful ward into that bush. But still a ward nonetheless. And we did actually have the side of TTD spot that being placed. So they're going to play a little more passive here. And you already have Nightmare visiting this bottom side as well, as we're actually going to have Blood Dragon go back to base, pick up the Spirit Stone. And Bonaparte tried to force an engage that they can turn around for themselves and probably win very easily. And I've seen them be extra aggressive right now. And 33-19 CS, they're continuing their lead. They're continuing to grow it as well. Back on side of the middle lane. No Way For You, able to show the lane into the turret and force Snow to last hit here. And you can see, it's really tough to do as a Nidalee. He will get 3 of those nonetheless. And we'll keep it up. Blood Dragon, level 4, getting close to level 5. If he's in this top side looking for a gank here, and there's currently no ward down for Phantom. He does not have his trinket up yet, as he used it prior. And this could be a successful gank, though he does have Slice and Ice, he does have Flash. And Vi doesn't really have any form of CC except this little bit of a knock there. You're gonna see have Slice and Ice finally coming up for Phantom. Gonna be able to get away. Probably took a little bit more damage than he needed to, but still gets away nonetheless. And we'll just retreat back to his turret. Meantime, bottom. The harassing is getting even worse now. And they are just constantly forcing intakes away. I mean, the CS lead's about to approach 20 here, only 6 minutes in. And they're just constantly shoving them away. I'm just kind of, I know it's a little bit weird, I'm just kind of amazed to see them be able to apply this much pressure. Obviously, when you go into Caitlyn, you kind of expect that, but, well, they're keeping it up. So Blood Dragon, he's going to be forced to visit this bottom side then. He's going to have to help them out. He can't let this keep going, or it's going to be very one-sided as the game progresses on, especially when Sunny goes back for a first buy. Alright, so Chris finally gets some free time to farm. Not down that much CS anymore. Hasn't been able to buy up just yet. Currently sitting on 14, almost 1,500 gold. Meantime, bottom. And ticks down to about half-life, being forced to back away. And the CS lead has breached that 20 CS mark now. Wouldn't be surprised if they just shove the lane in here. Antix does stick around here, as well as Blood Dragon coming down towards the bottom side, looking for that gank, looking for that opportunity. TTD will see him coming in. And Sunny, he wants his blood. We'll turn straight into him, trying to go for the fight. And unfortunately for him, he's forced to back out of this. Sunny getting caught not under the turret just yet, does get stunned up. As well as Nurok doing some really good damage right there. And even with that harass that they were just able to do, they completely turned that one around. But now, 7.5 minutes in, Blue Buff has respawned. And Blood Dragon should be able to secure that one over for No Way For You here in just a second. Nightmare gonna start at his red. And then work his way around to blue here momentarily. Charles has been picked up for No Way, as well as on the side of Snow, who actually has an amp tune on top of that. And bottom side, intakes get shoved away from turret. This is gonna be a 70 CS lead. This is gonna be a 30 CS lead now in favor of Sunny here in this bottom side. And this is starting to get very dangerous. They might need a lane swap, they might need to do something here. But one thing I can guarantee is they need help, and they need it ASAP, or this is going to continue to snowball out of their hands further and further to the point of not really being able to recover from it. But meantime, top lane Phantom actually picked up a Brutalizer here, so going for some more damage. Chris not going for a vest right away, going for his Giant Spell. And that actually benefits Phantom even more here, and curious to see what's going to happen. Now, this doesn't have sustain that a team at Renekton would have, but he has more upfront burst and dueling potential here if he does fight Chris head to head. And right now we're gonna see, well, Nightmare spotted going in for the red. Well, and it's not gonna be up, so not gonna get his counter jungle on. The ward has disappeared, or no, it hasn't disappeared. Sorry, he actually hasn't been spotted yet. Again, finally inside the jungle. And now just going down towards middle, looking for the gank potential. I don't know where for you. He's level 8. We'll have his ultimate up. And Glue Dance comes in, do some good damage to Nightmare. And that's just about it. He's trying to chase. It's just so funny seeing a Lulu chase someone down. A small Yordle-like character. Alright, well, game's still being, I kind of want to say slow, but here comes Blood going for gank middle. But it's in Italy. Kind of hard to gank, kind of impossible. And at least this pink ward will be picked up here in just a second by Nightmare. Now on the bottom side, Boots picked up for Sunny. BF Swords picked up for both 80 carries. And also a long sword on top of that for Sunny. So we're going to have a little bit more damage. It's already still 30 CS in the lead. And Nightmare could go down for a gank on the bottom. He was not spotted right there. And let's see how this pass continues. Obviously, when PD hits level 6, it should be a little bit different, though. I thought Leona who can force that hard engage, not to mention Blood Dragon who can really make something work. And he is level 7. He has his ultimate available. Let's see. Leona is getting very close to that point right now. And both junglers already down towards this bottom side. They're looking for the fight here. And if TTD take it right now, Narok won't be level 6 to really win this fight for him. And you can see they just want that level 6. He's pushed in for it. He wants to get those experience that he needs, and if he does, there's gonna be that hard engage that they need. And now Sunny level 7, shoving the lane up. And Vi still sticking around here. Narok gonna hit level 6 now. Pops the W. And they actually don't see where they are instead. They're shoving the lane and going for Dragon. This is a little bit of a outplay right here, and if they can pick this up, this would be a huge win for them. Snow coming down from the top, gonna have heals as well. The Dragon already very low on life, sitting at about 2,000. And there's the ultimate coming up. Eddie Rage with Blood Dragon gets so damn low on health right away. They turn around straight for the fight here. Narok, he's gonna go down here in just a second. First blood goes over to Elise, and they instantly turn that one around with the help of Bonaparte, who actually was able to keep his flash up. Now taking the Dragon with Tibbers, picking up the first blood, picking up the Dragon, 11.5 minutes in, and picking up a nice little bit of a lead here. And flawless. Basically flawless. Well played by them. And Phantom on the top side, 104 to 93 CS, so not that big of a lead here for them. The bottom lane, Intex getting set up on a turret, flashing from Sunny, gets the trap as well, and he's dead. Sunny picks up that one. Actually does get a kill for himself though, onto on a Bonaparte, so maybe overextended just a little bit too long. Tank the turret for maybe one hit he didn't need to. And he picks up at least 1-for-1 trade here, but now Sunny now 103 to 67 CS. He got the kill as well, 4,000 total gold to the 3,000. He's gonna have about a 900 gold lead here. And he's gonna go back and probably pick up his Bloodthirster now since he has the money for it. Top side, both laners sticking around. 2,000 gold for Phantom, and only 1,500 for Chris to spend here. And every time I see Chris, I think of the NA player Chris, who was on Velocity, I think, maybe Coast, one of those teams, something like that. I don't remember. Middle lane, we do have a CS lead built up for Snow though. He was behind for quite a while, but has been able to catch up. Sorry, I just want to check out that skin. It's like one of the few skins I don't own, sadly. And Sunny, I'm curious to see what happens when he goes back bottom, because he has that full Bloodthirster done. We do have Intix though with that Vampiric Scepter. And Bonaparte, he wanted to get that ward so bad, but he couldn't. And here comes Intix shoving the lane out. That's how quickly he can do that. They don't get the stun on Intix as he does get that spell shield up. No, sorry, that actually was spell shielded, but either way, Bonaparte does have his stun up now. In the meantime, top lane, we do see the gank coming in, but it's Renekton, really hard to gank. And Sunny's going to continue to grow this lead here now. 40 CS lead, 13 minutes in. And I honestly wouldn't be surprised if that continues to grow here. And the thing is, middle, there's like no kill potential for either of these mid laners. Unless the junglers do come in and really, I don't know, make it happen, but I've also seen both junglers not really even care about that just yet. We do have Blood Dragon sticking around this top side. He wants to go for this gank here. I'm not sure he's going to pull this off, but he might lose out on something in the end. He actually just backs straight away from this one, and right now, Nightmare, he knows the blue buff's up. His blue buff's up as well. And it looks like he's going to go for the steal here, and he should be able to pull this one off. And, alright, that will be a free blue take for Nightmare. Just going to smite that one away. And this means Blood Dragon's going to be even further behind, going for his red buff now. Doesn't, unfortunately, have nowhere for you to go and check his own blue. And then also is the first turn of the game going over for the side of TTD. So on all fronts, they're pretty much just winning. They're winning in CS across the lanes. They're winning in the jungle. They're winning in kills. They're just straight winning here. And look at the damage that Sunny's able to do onto Intix. And you just see he's not afraid to fight at all. And obviously he knows Nightmare's around the corner. So does PD though, because they have a ward down. And then they're continuing to just be super aggressive here. And it seems like they want to close this game out really early on. And Sunny even doing some good damage to his turrets, down about, let's say, 200, 300 health. He's showing no sense of stopping. 144 to 88 CS. It's starting to really get out of hand now. And you see PD, they're trying to respond, they're trying to have people come in, they're trying to help out with this one, but with Nightmare just sticking around, they're constantly shoving into this turret, they're doing some good damage to it. Now about 500, 600 health down. And if they keep this up, they're eventually going to pick it up, and Snow, in the meantime, is going to be able to get some free damage onto this turret on top of that. And he's not able to do as much as he wants to, but able to do it nonetheless here. And Phantom going to be going for the turret, going for some good damage on top of it, taking down just below half health here. Chris will be able to shove him away. And also able to get those last hits. But Snow able to shove the lane in very quickly when he is level 6. And that turret's gonna take a lot of damage. You see Sunny backing away, but they did the work. That's all they needed to do here. They get a lot of free farm over to their mid laner. They're splitting farm between the AP middle and the AD carry of PD in here. And the spears aren't connecting just yet, but they are gonna hurt once they start to. And just a few. The blue buff has been maintained this entire time. It has not gone down just yet, and it's just unfortunate for Blood Dragon. He's trying to go for the steal right now, but they have a ward on top of it. They're going to see him doing it. And this is most certainly going to be the death for him. He does have flash up here in just a second. We do see Nightmare going straight in. He does not have the red buff anymore, though, so he can't keep the slow off. The Cocoon, it does land, and then we have Renekton coming from the top side. He's going to get stunned up here in just a second. That's Snow picking up the kill. Snow picking up the red buff on top of that, and that will be Snow getting the blue buff as well here. So 3-1 now, and TTD just seemed to have the perfect read on PD every single time, and now Sunny returned to lane with that last Whisper almost done. Not to mention that 60 CS lead now. And it is getting very one-sided. Not as even as a game as we just had with SK Prime versus End Faculty, but now no way for you. Oh, he's in trouble. He's gonna get stunned up here. There's a Tibbers, there's a spear, and that is a dead Yordle. No, actually flashes away for this one. Really bad to escape this one. He does not get it. The spear. The Ignite comes out. Airborne part gonna get the kill there. And a good transition, good rotate, and good job by TTD to take advantage of the lack of wards put down in middle. And they might even be done just yet. They might continue to push here as they just... Oh my god, Intix gets chunked down about half health right there. He had a spell shield but didn't use it. Almost ran into that sphere as well. Able to do some really good damage onto this turret. And with the Tibbers, they're able to pretty much... Okay, there's a spell shield finally coming in. Able to deter anyone coming in with the help of that Tibbers. And the spears are starting to really land. The Cocoon lands as well. They're going for the spear, and they don't have the damage they need to get the kill, but it's just strictly that land a Cocoon, land a stun, land a Nidalee spear, and that person's gonna die. It's pretty simple, and they're gonna get another turn off this as well. Nightmare, oof. Getting a little bit cocky right there. In the meantime, they pick up 2 turrets middle. They're gonna pick up a turret top. And guess what? They're going to pick up a dragon off the back of that as well. Mid lane has 2,700 gold to spend. Sunny 1,500. Top lane 4.4 thousand gold to buy with. That is out of hand. And TTD, when they all go back and buy, it is going to get ridiculous. Sunfire Cape fully picked up. Spectral's Cow fully picked up. Boots as well. And there's a dragon off the back of that as well. That is a lot of money that the side of TTD just was able to accrue. And they're not done. 5-1, 18.5 minutes in. They have an 8,000 gold lead here. And it's honestly showing no signs at all of stopping. And I wonder if they're going to continue to keep pushing, keep being aggressive, because they obviously can. Alright, so approaching that 19-minute mark. And I'm curious to see what's going to happen. I actually really am curious to see what's going to happen next, because Dragon, obviously, not up for a while. Man, they have a lot of things that they could go for here. A lot of things they could take. And they want to start with this blue buff. Will they pick it up here? Just the fight breaking out. Blood Dragon does catch out Nightmare here, but the damage is being turned around on him. We do have Bonaparte finally flashing away from this one. And Snow trying to lure them in the other direction. He gets ignited up. He misses the flash over, or the hop over the wall. He goes down, and that's PD finally picking up their first kill here. But Nightmare, he's not done just yet. As they're able to get the kill on Vi, he's continuing to fight this one out with the help of Sunny off to the side. He dodges the Zenith Blade coming out of Nurok, but Blue buff's still not being taken just yet. It's still being contested, and Sunny just pushed up very aggressive here. He wants to keep finding this out. He has the damage he needs to, and the blue buff, going to be locked down for Nightmare. Going to steal that one away in a 1-for-1 trade. Meantime, Adams and Joe still pushing that top side, doing some good damage to Chris. And still, every kill now that TTD picks up makes it easier for them to siege, easier for them to get farmed up even more. And Sunny actually just bypassing any sort of attack speed, going straight in towards the last Whisper, it looks like, and he might have the potential to pull it off. He might have the potential to get it done within the next couple of minutes. Wow, Terror all alone, forever alone in chat. Alright, well here's where it might be dangerous though, as actually Sunny just completely backing away, nowhere for you. Trying to run away, Spear coming in, not gonna connect. And Snow, will he be able to chase this one down? He's gonna be able to switch into Cougar form in just a second. Spear comes in, misses as well. Well, I can say misses, but nowhere for you dodges it. And will escape that one. But now, Bonaparte coming in from the side. Looks like they want to continue to deny away these buffs here. And Phantom, he's just not done. 213, 196 CS. Able to continue his lead here. Meantime, Sunny, though, went from a 60 CS lead to down to about 40. So he's been not falling behind because they've been grouping up and pushing on turrets. So he's technically not falling behind at all. He's still keeping that big advantage. Not as big as he had before here. And with a 3-4-man push on his top side, PD had to be very careful. I'm not sure if they can really survive this, as the Spear does land on the Blood Dragon between the minions. He threads the needle here, and now Lulu getting caught up a little bit. Actually chase them down. Spear gonna connect, and do actually a lot more damage than that shield can protect for. I wouldn't be surprised to see this turret actually go down here in just a bit. They do have a mini wave there. They do have a siege minion, and they're gonna keep trying to poke it down here in just a second. Spear's still firing from the side, and PD, they are not sitting on very much health here. They have to be very careful. Spear comes in, hits Chris as well. Just has some enemy resist overall and is fine. Meantime, Sunny down towards the bottom side. Continue to farm up. And not going to be a part of this 4-man push on the top. But you can see they're forced intakes to be up there to help wave clear. And he will continue to fall behind in farm. And potentially in levels as well. And Sunny just going to continue to shove this bottom side here. And I'd be amazed if actually TTD are able to pull off this turret. Considering it is 4 on 5. But then we had Siobhan go back. We had Lulu go back to heal up. And the Banshee's Veil now done for Chris here. And as long as they can not get engaged upon and just disengage correctly, TTD has no pressure. And Sunny has all the freedom in the world to keep shoving this bottom lane, keep leveling up, keep farming up, and keep going here as he does pick up those Berserker Grease finally, so he has a little bit of attack speed. We will find out here if it's enough. As PD, they have to go for a fight if they're going to commit 5 here, and it looks like they're actually just going to back away, and Sunny just trying to be careful here. Take out the pink ward. He probably could take No Way For You very easily in a 1-5. I mean, look at the damage that No Way For You just did. It wasn't that much here. In the meantime, you're seeing the top lane continue to push. Turret not falling that much lower, though. But Sunny is still pushing this bottom side, and No Way For You cannot defend against this. Look at the damage he's able to do. Does he have the ultimate? Actually flashes in after him. He does have ultimate, but he doesn't have the vision to spot him. Either way, he's just going to back up. Just going to take the turret. And that will be the 5th of the game now for TTD here. And Sunny, he's not done. Looks like he wants to continue to shove this lane in. Finally gonna back out now. Come on, you can last hit. And sit on 1200 gold. So not enough for BF, or not enough for BF sword, not enough for a IE anytime soon. But he's denied farm to the jungler. He's applying pressure around the map. And he's doing his job very damn well. Alright, so Spirit Visage picked up for Phantom Show. Talisman Ascension now done for Bonaparte. Intix does have Last Whisper done, but he still can't compete in this damage. I mean, yeah, they're pretty much equal in items, but I'd say about in a minute now, Sunny might have that Infinity Edge done, and if he does, it's going to be very tough for the side of PD to really deal with it. I mean, with that Last Whisper done, anyone that has armor pretty much means nothing to him. But Dragon has spawned in here, and Nurok forced to flash out of that cocoon. That would have been very dangerous. That would have certainly been his death here. But Dragon still being attacked by Sunny. Chris diving straight in on top of him. The ultimate comes out of Leona. Does almost lock down Sunny. He was able to escape away from this one completely. But when you see Phantom getting caught up here, they're still chasing on Sunny. He's getting so low. He's still trying to survive, trying to last hit as much as possible. He gets healed up. He's still surviving with the help of his Bloodthirster, but it's a 1-for-1 trade here. And in the end, we do see TTT backing away. It's wow, nice spear lands on the intake right there. Almost forces him out. And if he can come in from the side, he might be able to apply some pressure. But still looking for the spears. Emma comes out. That one's gonna miss. They have the ward coverage on Dragon. Ooh, there's another one landing on the Nurok there. And just the spears alone with that blue buff is forcing them away. And Snow even gonna heal up his teammates off of this. And that should be Dragon still going for TTD. And you saw how much PD had to commit to Sunny. And yet it took him still that long to kill him. Now the middle inhibitor turret taking some damage just for the minions alone here. And we do have Lich Bane now picked up for No Way. Sitting at only 197 AP to the almost 200 to 400 ability power between the mid laners and Snow. His damage is just starting to really hurt. Spear gonna come in, go hit a small minion. Will he have another one? Yes, he will, and he will steal that away. As long as he keeps hitting these spears like that, that's all it takes for him to win this game. Alright, so bottom lane, 243 to 210 CS. Infinity Edge, it's so close to being done here. If he survived that last fight, he probably would have had it too. With the extra kills, it would have been picked up, but no way for you. He sees him, he wants it. He has Rib up to potentially chase. No way, just gonna run away from this one. Probably rejoin his team. And Sunny's gonna continue to eat all this tree farm towards the bottom side of the map. Meantime, the rest of TTD are just roaming around as like a 4-man squad, applying a pressure towards his top side. And it's doing work, and we're finally starting to see No Way For You do some good damage to Sunny. Gets down about half health with one combo. Forces Sunny to run completely away as No Way For You trying to chase him down here. Eventually they will know where he is now at those race. Sunny's gonna lifesteal all up. Not give 2 cares about that. In the meantime, the top lane is still being shoved in. And they really want this turret, but they haven't really done that much to it. I'd say it's down about 300 health max over the course of these past like 5-10 minutes. And Sunny gonna move in the top side. Looks like they want to force this fight now, and they probably could take the turret. Though I would be actually kind of surprised if they go for a fight when Sunny almost has that Infinity Edge done. And block completely. But we see the engage coming out of Chris. Sunny try to escape from this one. Ultimate doesn't land on top of him, so he's actually able to fight this one out here completely. Let's get some good damage in with that Q. Blood Dragon being forced to run away completely. Sunny gets engaged on now by Leona, but they do get the kill onto him. Now turn around onto Chris. Chris being forced to run away completely now because he realizes he can't survive this double kill coming in as the ultimate comes in onto Chris, almost gets the kill. And with all 5 men surviving, they're going to go for a Baron off of this. And they are going to pick this one up as well. So now 27.5 minutes in, 93 in favor of TTD in kills. 46.2 thousand to the 35,000 gold. And the 5-to-1 in turrets matching in with the Baron on top of that. And this is a very formidable TTD team. Remember, winner of this game goes on to play against End Faculty in the finals. More importantly, winner of this game does get qualified into the offline playoffs, if I can speak, coming up a little bit later on in this year. They're not done just yet. With the help of that Baron regen, they want to continue to push this top side. And you see everyone backing away. We see Chris going down towards the bottom lane. Phantom just tanking up the turret because he just doesn't care. And that will be another turret in the pocket. 6-to-1 now. And I won't be surprised if they continue to push top side or even middle. With about 2,000 gold to spend, I think they want to have Sunny go back and buy the Infinity Edge. Not to mention Snow with 2,000 gold for himself to pick up a Void Staff. And this is where it gets dangerous. This is where you have to see some sort of response. And the correct response coming out of PD if they want to have hopes to turn this game around here. And honestly, at this point, I would say there's real no good chance. Unless TTD mess up. Unless they get put in a very bad position and they get completely caught out. My camera work is just nowhere near the right spots. This actually might be the first step though. Sunny try to push out this bottom lane. Gonna get dove on from all different directions. Does have the Infinity Edge done. Does have flash. Does have barrier. He might need to use all 2 of them here just to escape this one. Daisy's gonna go down though. And that is a PD picking up a very clean kill, but is that just gonna be it? Snow coming in from the side. We do see the stun land onto No. And he's gonna get caught up completely here. Spears not landing. Unfortunately, Snow looking for another one in just a second. Gonna actually get flashed away from, but here comes at least from the side. They're gonna look for the full-out fight here. Why not? Because they could probably pull this one off. They do get No Way For You caught up here. The ultimate use knocked him up, actually backs away. The ultimate connected with absolutely nothing, as we do see Phantom chasing on No, gets the stun onto him. Spear's still not landing, unfortunately. Slice and Ice not gonna be enough to catch up to them. And they will be able to run away with all 5 men. But now, with Caitlyn dead all the way back there, they can continue to shove this turret up. Actually, there's no turret there for them to take. There's an inhibitor turret to take. But PD should be able to back away, heal up, and get back into this fight before that even matters at all here. And in fact, what they will do, luckily, Iron Slayer picked up to help stop this burst. And TTD just going to take away any jungle creeps, any jungle camps they can. And Dragon now up in about a minute. And we have approached that 30-minute mark finally here. Here we go. That was the first step for PD to get back in the game. But they're like on a 12-step program to pull this one back. Nightmare still taking away blue buff again. Spears connecting. Look at that damage. That wasn't even max range. And Narc forced to use the Taos Ascension to run away, but now Chris gonna get caught out here. Spear gonna land, it's gonna connect! Holy crap, that flash! They obviously had vision of where they were going, but to connect with him, picks up the kill with the 2-shot. And now this middle inhibitor turret is threatened here. Sunny pretty much fully decked out in items. Even might get some attack speed increase from Snow right there. And use the Taos Ascension. Unfortunately, not gonna land on Chris, but the stun does land here, as well as the ultimate from the Ace in the Hole. Chris is still staying alive though. They do force him away from the inhibitor, and that's all they had to do. They didn't really need to pick up any kills as long as they can force them back. And there's inhibitor following. TTD picking that one up the first of the game. And now just backing away off of this, I would imagine. Now they have a dragon. They can push this top side or bottom. And they can continue to apply this pressure around the map here. 31.5 minutes in. Not as long as the game we just saw prior. But TTD, I mean, they might be taking a little bit slow. They're taking it cautiously, and I actually kind of like that. There's no point to give up there's no point to potentially lose a game because you get cocky with what's at stake here. And Snow, he wants the Orbital Blood, trying to chase down Lulu right there. And you see the rest of PD backing away. You have Severe backing up for the top side, everyone else backing away from the middle. And they're trying to get down to this bottom inhibitor turret quick enough, but it might just be too late. That is already taking out a half health in one try. And now PD looking for the engage that they want, looking for a fight potential here. They can catch out Sunny. They do have Chris go straight into the back to Sunny. He's going to be able to get enough distance away from Neurox and not get hit by the ultimate, then able to turn this around and do a lot of damage here. This is going to be a 1-5 for TTD, hands down. They pick up 1 kill. Sunny gets that one, now 2, 2, and 6. And it forces the rest of PD away. And if you can't land that Vi ultimate with Leona ultimate, with Lulu ultimate to lock down Sunny, then you're not going to kill him. It's just that standard. It's just that's the rule. And now that is going to be a dead inhibitor turret, and that's going to be inhibitor number 2 going over for TTD. Blood Dragon going for the fight. Goes straight into Snow. He just doesn't care. Sunny as well. Chase it down. Ace Level comes out. It does hit Chris point blank and just force them away. I mean, it's engages like this they needed to do earlier on for PD, but now they just lost on 2 inhibitors. I'm going to imagine that TTD is just going to back out with a lot of gold to spend and just buy up. Flawless gameplay. Alright, so Fan Dancer, Spectral's Cow, Randuin's Omen, all picked up, as well as another Randuin's Omen. That makes 2. And I'm honestly just gonna leave directed camera on the rest of this game because it's pretty done. It really is at this point. PD now down 2 inhibitors. If TTD keep playing the game the way that they have been, there's no way for them to lose. And looks like they're just gonna pick up their buffs, give Caitlyn that red, and even allow Snow to try to take away the red buff, which actually they do have a ward down, so they will see someone going for it. It looks like he might even stick around to maybe last hit with a spear. But I'm pretty sure PD don't feel confident to even go into their own jungle right now. You can see, ping's coming down. They know that red buff's being taken. Ward vision does get taken away and will drop. And that will be another red buff going over for TTD here. I would imagine that would go over to Phantom. But now Sunny, they popped the Taos Ascension. They wanted the fight. They wanted that engage. But they're not fast enough here, and Sunny forced to use that flash to escape that fight. But here we go. This is pretty much the final push coming in for TTD. If PD wants to fight, if they want to have any chance of potentially winning, they have to go for it now. They cannot stop a siege when you have this 2 super minions and 2 waves together pushing the bottom side, not to mention super minions pushing the middle here in just a second. They go for the fight here. They actually do catch out Sunny, who's getting very low in life. He does have barrier, but he actually is forced to use it. He's going to drop here in just a second, and that's finally the fight that they want to have happen, but is it too late? As you see 2 net kills now coming in on the side of TTD, and they're not down with chasing it any further than that, and they have obviously that inhibitor turret to take down. The first Nexus turret does fall to those super minions. Second Nexus turret getting very low on life, and there comes the last inhibitor turret of the game. So TTD gonna take down a 3rd inhibitor. Will they close out the game here? They still have 20 seconds. Or will they go back for Baron? I think it took the latter of those 2 and close it out from there. They obviously have the middle inhibitor available, but with super minions there, knock it on that door. That is going down here in just a second. And they will have 3 lanes. The Super Minions push it in. And it looks like they are going to go for it. All right, so I thought they were going to back away and go for the Baron, but they have balls here, and they're going to try to go for this last next turret. It doesn't have a lot of life left, and you see Phantom Joe tanking it up, being forced to back away out of this one. See Chris getting very aggressive, gets dropped down about half health in a matter of seconds here. And TTD just going to back away. I would imagine that they would go for Baron now. Especially not respawning, going for another Zeal. Going for some more attack speed here. Alright, so this Baron, 36 minutes in. This will be the nail in the coffin. And looking on the side of PD, what they need to do right now is shove out every lane as far as possible. Every single lane. Which Lulu does provide a good opportunity to do that, as well as Shyvana, but I'm talking to you to like get it back to their base at this point, because you have to be able to hold on long enough, and right now you do see Annie sticking around. Let's get the stun onto Blood. They do get the repel. They do get the Nike run over the wall as well. And Blood Dragon, dead. Gonna go down, and this is definitely gonna be the final push. They're never gonna go back to buy. There's no reason to, even though they do have a lot of money to spend. Sunny gonna lead the charge in here. As you do have the ASL coming out of no way. Look at the damage. Wow. One more hit. Ooh, he almost used defensively just to keep him alive, but it doesn't matter at this point in the game. Chris gonna just back away. Stun now available. Does get cocooned up here. Does get flashed in by Bonaparte right there. Doesn't have ult. Actually does have tippers up. It's in the back of him though. We do get the stun on Rock. He's gonna go down here as well. That's lost. Wow. Intex almost dropping for 1 spare. That's lost Nexus turret. That's letting our Nexus going down as well. And that is gonna be TTT advancing on into the grand finals of play against End Faculty here in just a few. And look at the kills. 306 for Phantom. 308 for Nightmare, 618 for Snow, 338 for Sunny, and 1211 for Bonaparte. Considering Sunny was being dove on, I want to say almost every single fight, I'm surprised he survived with, or they won the game with only 3 deaths. But that's going to be it for this one. We're going to come back with the grand finals here in just a few minutes. Going to take a quick little break. But when we do, in Faculty going up against TTD to determine who's the winner of the 250 euros. Not to mention the seeding coming into the offline, or into the playoffs a little bit later on this year. So guys, we'll be right back.